Yeah, it works. Let's get full screen. Video inputs. There it is. Full screen there. See if you guys can see me. What's up? How's the connection, guys? All right. Live from in the tent. There we go. Yeah, coin bin. Bro, why aren't you out here with me? Tent stream. That's right. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. There's a lot going on out here. Looks good. So I'm having to do it off my cell phone because Microcenter, even though it has good internet, like it's like 50 down and like 50 up, they do not let you connect to like YouTube servers. Looks cold. Got the, you guys can see right there, the little heaters in the background. It's not too bad. Rocking the Bitcoin mask too. Yeah, so I wanted to set up something like an AMA or something with you guys. This is for the 6900 XT. Some folks showed up about 7:30 this morning, and then it ended up going to about, I don't know, till they opened. And then there was nothing. Like, they were only there for the 3090s and 3080s. So the 6900 XT from AMD doesn't come out until Tuesday. So I'm going to be out here for a few days. This is what campers are for. Yeah, but unfortunately I can't park a camper up on the sidewalk, bro. I'm at the Brentwood Microcenter. Brentwood, Missouri. It's St. Louis. It's in St. Louis. Trying to stay comfy. I'm on a cot in the tent. Are you gonna be able to get that 6900? I hope so, man. I mean, I've been tweeting it out to see if AMD could get a confirmation, like if they're actually gonna make their the launch day, which is supposed to be Tuesday. I'm number 1 in line here in Brentwood. Dan, thanks for the question. Can you talk about ETH2 staking? Well, what do you want to know about ETH2 staking? So right now you can stake, but the network is just at Beacon, which means essentially there's a network, but there's no features on it. You'll bring supplies. Hey, what's up, Sean Hill? It's been a minute, bro. I was trying to get Twitch to work on here. I couldn't get it, so I was like, we'll just go straight to YouTube with this. Yes, we're allowed to put a tent on the sidewalk. Yeah, they said it was cool. And most of the time, there'll probably be 6 to 10 tents here by the end but before Tuesday. Last time I was out here, I only had a cot, and it was cold. It was like 35 degrees, and it was windy, and I had a Sub-Zero sleeping bag, but like it was too much.
I think he has.
Yeah, Turbo Junkie, I hope I get it too, man. Missing the live streams. I've been doing some of them on Twitch, but just I haven't been as often as I would like. Part of it's just with with COVID and people at home and stuff. It's just hard to get those going as often because the schedule's all balled up. Seeing mixed reviews on the 6000 series. You're able to get 80 mega hash with the non-XT? Do you think of it? I think there's headroom. So the math dictates that shouldn't be possible, but I know what I saw, and I've been able to replicate it a few more times. I've also reached out to AMD, and AMD did get back with me. I'm seeing what I can release with that. Bottom line, that there's a lot more headroom. Also, the Infinity Cache. There's some opportunity on Infinity Cache with the Keka routine. So I think they're purposely holding the card back right now. I think I accidentally stumbled on an effect that card can do. I think honestly, other cards could do that. I think it's just the replication of that OpenGL into 2 instances have created an opportunity to mine on 2 instances with 2 separate DAGs. I've talked to other folks that do mining, like build the miners, and they're having a hard time to understand on how that would work because they've tried to do that, replicate that, and can't get it to do it. And they're like, this is impossible. It's a 256-bit interface. It's 512 gigabytes of speed, and when you do the math on that, it's doing what it should do. It should be around 60 something, the same as around the 5700. And the reason why the 3080 is doing better is the 3080 is a higher bus. It's 320-bit bus, and it has over 720 gigabit on the memory speed. So you're going to naturally get more just raw power out of the 3080, even though the 3080 and the 6800s compete like in games and stuff with something like ETH. It's the speed of it dictates what it can do. That's why the 3080 can do so well out of the box. But with having the memory size that the 6800s and the 6800 XT and then ultimately the 6900 have, if we can get those 2 instances running, we have an opportunity there. Let the core fight over it, and then just have the 2 instances in memory. Thanks, bro. Yeah, hey, I enjoy doing. I mean, this is like, a lot of people are like, dude, what are you doing? It's like 3 days sitting in a freaking tent. Like, what? You don't have anything else to do with your life? But bottom line, like, I'm doing everything else I'd be doing at home almost. I mean, I got the power. Hopefully I got the power. I mean, the power station's sitting at 91% right now. I'm pulling in about 28 watts from the sun. It was peaked out at like almost 40 for a little bit there when I had the direct sunlight on it. So I got power, I got the laptop, I'm doing actual work stuff. I've taken calls. I did a Skype call this morning for work stuff. I'm doing a video editing. I'm live tweeting to you guys. I'm like literally doing everything I would be doing at home, just a little comfort difference, right? This is your job. It's become my job, right? So I'm trying to bring you guys some good content too. I was going to do it anyway, so why not film it? I mean, most of the stuff when I do this, I don't get to film or do a live stream with you guys. I mean, just have that conversation. What about 3 threads on the 6800? Man, if we can get 2 to work again consistently, maybe we can look into 3. I think it'll actually saturate that memory controller. Ugh. OSHA 10 certification, bro. I hear you. I just went through and got certified with Reactor, which is chain analysis, is like a clustering tool for Bitcoin. I just got that certification. That was actually pretty hard. You think a pretty decent amount. I feel pretty comfortable in blockchain, cryptocurrency space in general, like when it comes to like input output transactions, UTO, transaction sets, the way clustering works and all that. But I have a pretty comfortability with all that. But like when you're actually trying to do it for real forensic style, it's pretty tough. Thanks for the kind words, dudes, man. It's a good time. You can just stay there and get trucks every day, every couple of days, right? Yeah, so I think they'd end up having a problem if I stayed here for more than the 3 days. I mean, they couldn't believe I was already out here already. But I was like, dude, there's already folks. There's a Discord that keeps track of it's like an unofficial Discord for Microcenters, and it's separated by each of the Microcenter areas. And there's already other people camping for the 6900. That's what kind of triggered me to come out early. lost his job and home, lives in a tent. You know, I mean, like, it'd be kind of, the square footage isn't all that good, but man, I'm warm, and like Sub-Zero blankets and stuff are pretty, or sleeping bags ain't too bad. Not impressed with the 3080, to be honest. Similar performance to the Radeon 7. So the Radeon 7 versus that's not really a good comparison with regards to, like, if you're expecting more, mainly because HBM2 with 4096 bus is like right in the sweet spot of what something like Ethereum mining is good for, right? You need a very high speed memory, powerful memory controller. Like the Radeon 7 HBM2 is really designed and set up for that kind of compute on the memory side. So like that's why we get 100 mega hash on it. Like if there was HBM3 or something to that effect, and more compute core and a more robust, you know, instruction set for some of those, you know, like Keka, you know, like Infinity Cache. Like if you had a Radeon 7 with Infinity Cache and Smart Access Memory all like on the same card, that would be awesome. And maybe like an HBM3 versus HBM2, I think that would have made this new RDNA 2 architecture like, you know, potentially 140, 150 mega hash type of card. But they went with DDR6 and a 256 bus. I'm kind of bummed that they went with 256 bus. They really should have done at least 320 or 384. Anybody know the Chicago area Microcenter? I think there is. So go to, man, do I have that Discord? I don't have it on this laptop. So if it won't take you much to look around, look for I think there's a subreddit for Microcenter, and they'll have the Discord link in there. That Discord link gives you the channel is called Unofficial Microcenter Discord channel, and then that has channels for each of the different stores, and then people are pretty, you know, they're posting pictures and stuff if they're there or not. That's the best source we have of if people post where they're at. The 3060 right now is the best for the buck. It is. I have to agree. 61 mega hash, $399. I mean, it's so. If you can get a 5700, I would say it's up there with it. The 5700's put out the same as the 3060 Ti, or right there. Actually, a little more. Yeah, Westmont, Illinois. Any thoughts on the hash rate drop on the old Nvidia cards? 1070s were doing 35, 70 watts. Now they're getting 30 at around 140. 140 watts, man. You have to push them that hard. Yeah, so I think I'm still below. I think I'm at 105 watts on some of my 1070s. And they're right there at 30, 31. Yeah, I mean, it's just they need to address the DAG. Kind of like the AMD compute mode that had to get addressed, and Nvidia just hasn't built the driver for it. Is there any chance we'll be able to use Infinity Cache multiple threads on the 6900 to 140? I don't know about 140 mega hash. Infinity Cache, so the miner itself would have to be designed to take in effect like the Keka routine in Infinity Cache, and you'd probably get a 3 to 10% at max boost on top of current hash rates with Infinity Cache. Any progress to exploit Navi clone? Not so far, man. I'm pushing for it. I'll see if I can tweet out what I got back from AMD. I mean, they in confidence, they did mention that there's a lot of headroom in there, and that it is not optimized, I guess is the best way to say it. But we'll see what comes out here soon. And what I would say is that there's probably going to be a mining edition of those cards, or at least the 6700. I don't know if it's going to be called the 6700 mining edition, but it's looking like that's where they're going to go, and that'll probably be an uncapped card. And if that's technically uncapped, then, you know, theoretically you could probably port that to any other card. Have to get rid of the 960 and 970 cards. Yeah, man. Well, I don't know. I haven't tried the 970 now with ETC. 970s should work on ETC again. John Cutler, I'm camping out for the 6900 XT. You guys picking up on all this background? No? I would camp out too after all this demand shock. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, like, dude, the only reason why I'm out here is because you cannot get these cards unless you camp out for them. And I literally want the 6900. Like, I'm ready for, I have a 2080 Ti. I've had, the Radeon 7. I have the Titan V. I want the new cards. And it's just like, you gotta, I tried for the 3080. I tried for, and I brought you guys with me for the 6800 XT attempt, which I ended up getting the 6800 non-XT, and I was out here 18 hours early. I was number 4 in line. AMD only shipped 2 of the XTs to this store, so like I was like, I'm not messing around with the 6900. I'm getting out here early. I'm number 1 in line right now, right out here. Is there Ryzen? You said Ryzen, but I got you, dog. It's Ryzen 3900X, good for Monero CPU mining. Yes. But the generational jumps between like the 1950X Threadripper to like the 3900 isn't a huge jump. Like, so if you can get like cheap Ryzen, like the first and second gen Ryzens, like, you're not getting a massive increase in Monero with the newer chipsets. Yeah, the 6800 XT only had 2 at launch at most stores. And being 4th in line, that sucked. Number 1's awesome. Well, there's a cost to it. Obviously, with being here this early, I do like the fact that I can lay down here and talk to you guys, though, in the cot. And I'm actually pretty warm. There was 14 people behind me this morning, but they were all here for 3080s, 3070s, or 3060 Ti's, and the stores didn't get any. And that kind of sucks. And I wanted to shout Microcenter out for not like there was like 14 people in line by probably 8:30. This store opened at 10, and nobody came out. Like, they just 10 o'clock opened. They opened the doors, and literally, like, there was somebody walking up. Like, there's a huge line, right? And there was somebody walking up that just had got out of their car, and they weren't obviously going for a graphics card, but they just walked right in. Like, the store didn't, like, hey man, you got to get in line or something to come in. Like, they just let the dude walk in ahead of everybody else, and we're like, wait, is the store open, I guess? And then we all followed in, and then we're like, so is there like line tickets or something? They're like, no, just go to the back. And it's like, and then of course everybody kind of like, starts kind of walking at a fast pace to the back. There was like no organization there, and they could have saved, like, we get back to the back and everybody's like, hey, so where's the 3080s? And we're like, we didn't get anything, sorry. And it's like, well, dudes, if you knew that, like, there's like 14 people here, you guys could have came out and saved everybody 2 hours. Like, you just said, hey, we didn't get anything, try again tomorrow. Like, I don't know, it's just strange. And this store's done real good before, like, where they've done line tickets, had everybody do rank and file, like, take their time, like, pass them out. I don't know. So, I mean, there's probably gonna be a lot more people here tomorrow. They'll probably be here for the, well, I mean, they just kind of jumped in front. I wasn't for, honestly, I like if there was extras, I would have gotten one. But I wasn't going to take it from anybody in the line. Like, I'm here for the 6900 XT, and if there's somebody that showed up for a 3080 and there was only like one, I wouldn't take that from them, because I'm like, dude, you're here for the 3080. I'm here for the 6900 XT. But if we would have walked in the back, there was 14 people in line, and let's say there's like 16 cards, I would have bought one just because there's one here. But like, I was a card from somebody else that's in came in the line after, because I'm here for the other card. I did tell them though, if the 5600, and I was gonna take that first. All right, there's some questions coming in. Did the store talk to you about setting up? No, the stores have been just kind of letting you do your thing. How can you tell if the line moves and maybe somebody passes you? Well, I mean, I'm first in line right next to the door, so I'll know if it's going. I mean, if there's a huge long line, it's just kind of like single file. Everybody's in single file. Normally, can I use a SATA power for 5700? Do you have to use a PCIe power on Ryzen? You can use a SATA, but what I would do is immediately, like, you need to undervolt it, because a 5700 that hasn't been touched will pull like 70 watts, and that's too much for a SATA. Understand how the 4G decoding works with VBIOS mapping, which allows the system 13 GPUs. Will SAM change this limit? No, SAM shouldn't change that limit, because it's not allocating the right. It's a different type of like input-output requirement versus memory requirement on SAM. Like you're limited on the VBIOS addressing. Like it's actual input-output addressing versus like extra available memory that's now made available by SAM. Is there anybody angry? Yeah, I mean, there was somebody that's been here like 4 days in a row, man. Just haven't got one. Never use SATA for riser power. I mean, if you have options to use PCIe or use a daughter board with like a server power supply, that's probably the best way to go. I've pretty much always used SATA for almost all of our main builds, including the farm, but we do it one SATA per card on any like retail GPUs, and we do two per on the RX 470 8 gigs, because they use less than 30 watts a piece on the SATAs. Miss BBT bringing you food? Maybe. I might be Grubhubbing it, bros. 5600 XTs are selling $500 on eBay? Dude, that's just nuts. They all know Carter's first. Well, no, I ain't worried about somebody jumping in front of me on the 6900 XT. I mean, like there's full awareness that I'm here for that. BBT for Prez. I don't know about that, bro. I got a strong advisor, but I don't know about president. 6809 XT is best bang for the bucks in terms of ROI. No, best bang for the buck on GPU right now would be a toss-up between like a 3060 Ti and a 5700 right now. Possibly 5600 if you can get them for retail. What do you expect from the 6900 XT? From a mining standpoint, probably around 80 at the current rate. Maybe 77, somewhere around there. What's your thoughts on 3060 Ti? Mining shows 62 at 140. I think you can get a lot lower on the power. If they have a 3060 Ti, I'll pick up one this week. $5,700 XTs, 215 dinars. Yeah, I don't know. Remember what the conversion is. I thought that'd be cheap. The 6900 XT is launching on Tuesday, and it is Sunday. What do you need? What do you do if you need to go to the bathroom? So I can use the bathroom here at Microcenter, and there's a Target that's open, not 24 hour, but pretty close. So I've been using that. And I put all the tech up when I'm going. I lock that up in the car, and I just essentially have a sleeping bag and a thing here. So if I have to leave this spot without anybody in line right now, I just lock everything up in the car. Somebody sent over some Domino's. Yeah. Bitcoin pizza, right? Is it worth mining Monero on a Ryzen 7 1700? It's profitable. Look at Grubhub. Richard Porter dropping a 20 spot for the food. That's right, my dude. Thank you, sir. I'll bring you some good content for that 20. I thought CPU mining was dead. See, no mining is really dead if there's people mining it, right? So it's there's quite a bit of hash rate on XMR, and XMR needs mining to function. So no, my CPU mining's still there. RandomX is CPU mined. It's most efficient with CPUs, which is its algorithm. Surprise Infinity Cache hasn't made a hash rate over 100. I mean, there's just miners are working on it. I know LOL miner's been working on it. So we'll see. I mean, I saw a couple miners finally got Kapow on there. I haven't tried Kapow in the 6800 yet. Yeah, look at you. Y'allcoin bin dropping the address to Brentwood. Y'allcoin bin, BBT bin is not a fan of this Microcenter. The taxes here are insane. 10% on sales tax here. So a $1,000 GPU is costing you $1,100 here. Why are you doing this? Because I want the 98 or the 6900 XT. I actually want it for not just for testing it with mining, but I actually want the 6900. I want the full. I got the 5950 the last time I was out here. So I got the 5950, 64 gigs of RAM, a pair of NVMe's. I mean, this is my new box. So my new gamer slash production box. Livestream, going to stay the whole camp. I'll try a couple different things, yeah. %20 sales tax here. Where are you at, bro? What's the difference between the 3080 and the 6900 XT? On what, Rose? On nobody knows yet because none of the reviews have came out for the 6900, but it's faster by about 20% on paper than the 6800 XT. So across everything. BR and Solar Tech, thanks for that $1, bro. Be the tip for the Grubhub. I'll tip the guy more than that. Are you mining on the go? I could. We're at 80% on the Jackery here. Laptop's at 99% though. I'm gonna unplug and we'll see how that goes. Let the solar panel charge it up. Solar panel's pulling at 14 watts right now. We're at 80% on the Jackery. It just dropped to 4. We'll see. Would it be worth to step into a 3080 Ti from the 3080? If you've already bought the 3080, bro, like, you're committed. Like, I would not, like, unless you can flip it and to get the 3080 Ti when it comes out. And right now at this pace, it looks like it's going to come out in what, January? The 6900 XT is going to be competitive with the 3090, the RTX 3090, and almost everything besides ray tracing. And of course mining, unless they allow us to unlock the mining. Ah, you lost another Radeon 7? That sucks, bro. Our 8-card rig's still running. We're not running them that hard, man. We're only running, I think they're at 78 mega hash right now. We don't run them in the 80s and 90s. It's too hard on the memory controllers and they burn up. New mining cards are rumored soon, or they appear to be modified 5700s. So I know, well, I don't know yet, but I've heard that there is a modified 5600 mining edition coming out, and that will be like 40. I've heard like 46.5 mega hash at like 100 watts, 90 watts, somewhere around there, which is really good. And if they can get those at the right prices, if they can get those at like $289, it's not bad. That's the notional price, $289 for 45 mega hash at 100 watts. Can we see your solar setup? Technically, yeah. I guess I could show you that here. Is that feedback coming through? You guys hear all the cars and stuff driving by? I'm at Brentwood's Microcenter. Just came in and asked, you expect the hash rate to be significantly higher on than the 6800 XT? No, unless they've made some changes on the next driver release. There's speculation that there's going to be a new driver release on Tuesday for AMD with the 6900, and we'll hopefully see some adjustment to it. Car was that throaty? Sounded like a Dodge of some sort. All those sound the same. Picked up two 5700s, one for 150, the other one for 200. Dude, that was a good deal. Like, people are reselling those now for like $6.99. Affluent nerd, this is so good. Thanks, bro. Laptop's actually holding up pretty good. 97% battery power. I unplugged it from the jackery. Here, you guys can see the jackery. Here, I'll bring it in. Line is crazy. Not yet. It was this morning for the 3080. So you can see the input right now. I don't know why we're having any kind of draw, but that's the solar panel plugged into it right now, and I'm only getting about 4 watts on the solar panel. Let's pull this out and see. All right, so no input. I'll put that in. That's the solar panel. There we go, lighten up. 4, and we're only getting 4 watts. It's overcast right now. That was up to like I don't know. So I think the highest I've seen it is 40 something, close to 40, 37. But I had direct sunlight on it earlier. So that's the battery pack.
Yeah.
First, bro. First in line. Yep. I see some sun coming out. We're up to 7 watts. What's the hash rate on the 5000 series CPU? So I want to say the small test that I've done with XMR with large pages was 18,000. 18,000 for 18,000 hash for 5950X. I think it can go higher. I bet you it can break 20,000. Been trying to find the live stream of the 14X with the 5700. Check YouTube and Twitch. I'm confusing things when you upload to Twitch and YouTube. So I always upload recaps to YouTube. You should be able to find 14X space 5700 XT space BitsBeTrippin, and then that should bring it up for you, David. You do a step-by-step guide for ETH32 plus. Everything for ETH2 validator node. I've looked into it, but that would be a very comprehensive overview of a video. I was going to do it before the launch, and then I just decided not to because we ended up not staking any. I did not stake any Ethereum. I didn't want to lock it up for the 2 years. And it wasn't that I don't believe in Ethereum doing it. I'm just... It took, if we look at what Beacon Chain is, I'll go on a tangent real quick for Ethereum for you guys for a second. So if we look at Beacon Chain, it's been good work. They finally got a movement to quote unquote ETH2, but that effectively was like 1/3 of what was supposed to happen in 2017 worth going to proof of stake, right? So they now have a Beacon Chain. Then they're going to add in some of the features with sharding and some of the other tech in it. And then they'll move over to moving the algorithm over, which would be like phase 2, right? So you got like phase 1 or phase 0, phase 1, and then phase 1.5. Phase 1.5 is when they're going to do the algorithm switch. So there's a high chance, I believe, that based on their history, that I don't think they're going to meet their two-year deadline. I think that they're going to have to slip it because they're going to run into a whole bunch of existential things they're not even looking at. Like when they start to think, how are we going to stop and save state and then move this stuff over to this new algo and all this will just work. Like I think they're going to slip the schedule. So I didn't want my ETH locked up for those 2 years, even if they're earning 4% to 30%, whatever the rate of return per year is. I felt that I could do more with that ETH than lock it up. So you can always become a validator after the fact. So, locking up seems like a scam. I think it's just a checkpoint. So locking up is in the action of doing that is showing commitment. So part of that is like the stakers are committing, and now you got all this value locked up. So now it's like a motivation to try to push the development along. I know that's weird and it sounds like it shouldn't be that way, but like there's a lot of money now locked up in that they're gonna have to keep pressing forward, right? So I don't know. It's like this terms of service change, right? Like, hey, we're gonna go over to proof of stake, and I always imagine proof of stake to switch over like EOS did, to where EOS was first a token on Ethereum, and then it swapped everybody's your addresses as they swapped over to EOS, right? And at some point, all that Ethereum that's sitting in wallets to switch over to they'll be still in the same wallet. It's just now all done by proof of stake, and there's a lot to it that's not answered, and I don't know if it's a big Ponzi. I mean, there's a lot of people working on a lot of stuff. It's just schedule slips, bro. Like my developer architect hat on there is like, there's a lot to do. I heard you can do it without 32 ETH. I don't know you can start a node without 32 ETH. You're just not going to earn any proof of stake rewards. I mean, you can always be a node. A node's just a replicant of the blockchain. Pulling Hulk Hogan, nice name, bro. Pulling three 1080s out of the cupboard. Are they worth plugging in? Yes, they are. .38 is switching to 7 nanometer, going to change the hash rate. I don't know what that means. That Nvidia would be coming out with a 7 nanometer version of the 3080? Run a node, do the right thing. I mean, anybody can run a node. I mean, if you're a consumer of any of the crypto networks, like if you're doing things that require you to make transactions and then validate the activity, it's good to have a local node, so then you have a local version of the truth that you can first broadcast to, and you get your first quote-unquote post in confirmation, and then that propagates out. So then you have that. I mean, that's kind of like the light nodes, like Exodus, like the Exodus wallet, like in the Exodus One phone from HTC is like a light node. So like when you have when you make a transaction using like that Zion wallet that they have on that, like you are signing and you're making the first broadcast, so you're getting that first confirmation off that light node from that wallet. And like that's the same thing, like if you have a full node, like you can check the version of the history of the truth that you have, and you get that first kind of checkbox that you've done it right. And then you got staking, which is something different. You have like a full node with also staking, and now you're also doing the consensus. So it's not just broadcasting messages to a chain that get caught up in a message queue. You're also validating those messages, and you're compensated for the for having the staking side of the node, if that makes sense. I actually had draw.io in the background. I was gonna like go through some stuff, but I realized without a real mouse that would really suck. like trying to manipulate boxes and stuff. I was gonna walk some stuff through you guys. Is a used RX 580 8 gig for $100 a good deal? It's not bad. I mean, I've seen them as low as 60, but like 80, $100 isn't bad, man. It's 32 mega hash, 30 mega hash, somewhere around there. They're still good cards. True Gamers asks, bro, I need your vision. Number one, when do you think ETH mining will end? Number two, what is the lifetime for a GPU? So, number one, I think ETH mining will... I'm still optimistic that it will not end. They're going to end up with a hybrid like Dash. I think if it does end, the earliest timeline that has been broadcasted is in 2 years. That's their current path to get to 1.5 phase. So that's your earliest, and your latest could be another year after that if they slip it a year to never, to where they'll always be proof of work. With a hybrid, I think they'll at least move to a hybrid on proof of stake. I still think they're going to make it a hybrid. I don't see how they can go full proof of stake without. I think the risk avoidance side of me is going to say that they're going to go hybrid. But they could maybe go full proof of stake, but I think they'll end up going like Dash did with hybrid, having hardware and proof of stake. And how long GPUs last, man? Dude, I have GPUs that used to mine Bitcoin still, and they still run. So GPUs are very resilient if you take care of them. Kraken allows you to lock any amount on ETH2 and then pays you a yearly reward. Not your keys, not your coins, dog. I mean, so yeah, it's great as long as Kraken stays around, bro. And you're talking, I mean, like, it's getting better. And I don't see like Kraken or something failing or falling away, but having to go through life from the beginning in crypto, where, you know, I had Mt. Gox fell, I lost money there. I had Cryptsy fell, lost money there. I had BTCE go under. I know I had some money in there. I mean, like, there's so Cryptopia. Like, I know I had stuff in there. I think Cryptopia just had alts in there. What was the Electronium? All my Electronium was in there. Like, every amount of Electronium I ever had was in there. And it wasn't a ton. It was maybe like 15, 16,000 Electronium, which wasn't worth that much. But like, yeah, I just lost so much on exchanges. So just be careful with the exchanges, bros. Is the let me see. I'm trying to make sure I get to everybody, bros. 55 mega hash on a 5700, 205 at the wall. Sound right? It depends on your power of the machine. That's probably right. 65, 70 watts on the machine. 125, 100. It's about 130. Arizona. How to set up a prepared rig and which company to work with. Please make a video on how to set up a prepared rig and which company to work with. Are you talking about like you want a pre-built, Sir Sam Smith? I'm pretty sure I can mine with the Apple's new chip. I haven't tried on the M1. I'm on a Mac right now, but it's not with the M1 chip. It's an i9. It'd be an interesting test though. If any miners would work with it, a lot of them would probably throw and be like, what is this? So yeah, I see Son of Tech is here, Brandon Coin and Red Panda is here. Or you could put together an event and invite the previously mentioned YouTubers. Would be awesome. Dudes, I want to have all them out to the pad sometime. You guys are welcome. Red Panda, Son of Tech. We'll plan a post-COVID when things start to kind of settle down and stuff. If you guys are in for it, man, I'll put you guys up. We'll have like a crypto session at the Carter residence. If you guys are down for that, do like a crypto weekend. We'll just have live streams and just talk, just nerd out. I think the crypto community would explode. Just sent you some food. Oh man, Corey, what are you talking about, bro? You got wings, coffee, and some water coming that way. Haha, Corey. That's funny. Somebody's gonna be coming up like, hey, somebody's gonna knock on the tent. Might catch that live. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, Serpent, you're in too, bro. Come out to QuakeCon, man. I haven't been out to QuakeCon in a minute. I used to go to all those conventions, man. Like there anywhere around here, especially. Like I'm within driving distance from a lot. Like Gen Con, I go to Gen Con. We just dork out and play board games. It was a great time. Eric Vig, got your shut up to 3 gigahash. Nice, bro. That's a good number. Would be a gazillion views on YouTube. Well, it's still a niche group, bros. Like we're a niche group. You know, not a lot of people mind, but there are a lot of viewers that don't mind but want to know about it and just like live vicariously through us on it, and that's cool too. Like, it's a complex task. I mean, the name BitsBeTrippin came from like how complicated this stuff can get. Like the BitsBeTrippin, like it's not just a play on words. It literally was like me pulling my hair out and be like, there's nobody making a channel on this. Like there's just forums and like iterative testing. Like that's where that name came from. When the door opens. All your RX 580s, the ones with the video cards, why don't you sell those and you just nuke video cards? Because right now, man, they're just working. Everything's functional. Like, the efficiency's not too bad on the mining edition cards, like the 478 gig cards. Like, we're going to run those until they can't be ran anymore. BBT be there. That's right, buddy. Like, there's no reason. Like, we could sell all of the 478 gigs, but I mean, they're almost 32 megahash each. They're like 80 watts. Some of them are like 77 to 80 watts a piece. Like, they're efficient. They're like 50 C. Even in the summer, they get up to like maybe 65 C. I mean, they're just efficient. Like, they work, and I just like, there's no reason to get rid of those sapphires. You on cell data? It's a really good connection. Yes, I'm on a cell data connection, and I'm on the fake 5G. I did the test, and I was like, I don't know, like I think the downlink was 380, and my uplink was close to the same, 380 megabit. At night, it's almost a gig. How many ASIC devices do we have? Between BBT, Todd, and I have 7. Of 1 is plugged in. And BBT Todd, I think, has 3. You got a 13X. 580 is a heater. That is a heater, bro. That's probably putting out a pretty good amount of BTU. From India, how much stock is there at Microcenter? None right now, bro. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Hopefully on Tuesday there will be at least 1. I'm trying to get enough visibility to AMD to at least like airdrop 1 down in here. Stat. You talk about BlockFi or Celsius Network. I don't know a lot about it, bro. I haven't really messed with Celsius. I've seen it. I see the references and stuff. I just haven't put the time into trying to track down that. So we have started to move some of those to RX 570s. 570s and RX 5700s and 5600s right now. We've started moving the farm to. Just discovered your channel through Barnacles. When's your first investment into crypto? 2010, bro. I was mining with CPUs and then went to GPUs. Bitcoin. And that's the first time I actually bought more hardware for Bitcoin at the time. And then I bought one of the first ASICs. Well, the first FPGAs, which was an Avalon A1, and then Jalapeno, which was from Butterfly Labs. Nice, Jim C. Congrats, bro. I still get emails from people that say, man, when they started mining, when I started doing videos again back in 2015 on Ethereum, and they built some of those first early miners, man, and they came out pretty well. I mean, a mining rig, like if you built it back in like October, the end of September to the beginning of October in 2015, and if you would have mined for even 6 months a single 6-card rig, that would have been like an RX, or that would have been like an R9 280X, R9 380 and 390s, you would end up making around 700 ETH in 6 months. So that you came out pretty good if you held on to that ETH. You think ETH will go to 700? I think the sea rises all boats. I think if Bitcoin busts through 20, it's going to zip to 25 just because that's what every analyst out there is looking at. And I bet you it pulls ETH past 700 on it for sure. I think it'll pull it right up there. I think 25K Bitcoin puts at ETH around 900. Butterfly Labs. Hey, you know what? That Butterfly Labs jalapeno, I had 2 jalapenos, and those things made some cheddar. They definitely paid for themselves. They took like 6 months to get, 7 months to get. They were delivered late, and then they were quickly replaced by other hardware that came out, Rock Miner and a few of the other ones that came out. But I mean, those were earning. The jalapenos were earning every day 0.4 Bitcoin a day at the time. And you do the math, man. Like, you were earning a full Bitcoin every, like, 16 days. Something like that. Like, they were worth it at the time. Does your wife sometimes tell you you're crazy? Yes, she thought I was crazy for coming out here this early. But, I mean, yeah, she's super supportive. She's making sure I have everything. Like, Miss BBT is awesome. You see him dropping it off after it peaks. I think Bitcoin's always comes in centrical cycles, so it literally goes up and down with the thing. I think the one thing that every year has taught us is when it comes to tax season, Bitcoin for some whatever reason always drops. So I mean, will it happen this year? I don't know. I mean, time will tell. But I'm thinking January, February, it probably drops again, just because that's what it always does. But does it hit a new all-time high and then drop back? I mean, I don't think it'll ever go back down to like 3K, but I mean, who knows? I mean, any kind of crazy regulation or something with the new administration throws off. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't think it'll ever go away. I think everybody is moving forward in the industry. I think you're seeing that tech. You're seeing what I seen in 2017 when I was or 2018 when I went to CES, and I was telling you, like, in that financial track, all the intermediaries were talking about how to build it and how to do all that stuff. That we're seeing the fruit of that labor now. So in 2020, 2 years later, we're seeing the stuff that came out of 2018 CES when all the intermediaries, PayPal and all them were talking about, you know, the functions and the space of where crypto sets and its own asset class. That's the stuff that I was excited about, if you guys remember from that CES video. And I was like, hey, these guys are talking about it. They're building their own thing. You got the decentralized finance, which wasn't really built much then. All that stuff's starting to come to fruition. And now you're also seeing, like, banks can be custodials. You're seeing EFTs that will probably end up coming out in this next year. Like, the momentum's right, but there's always things that can throw it off kilter, right? So I think just, you know, go for the long haul. The technology's sound. It's proven itself every day. You don't have to ask anybody about it. You can just go out there and see it yourself. Where do you got to go to the bathroom? I go inside, literally, Microcenter. Do you have a sign outside? No, I should. Like, We break for nothing. We break for only 6900 XTs.
And I'd be way more likely to do that, make $1,500 than to put in my own computer. If I put in my own computer.
So I hope you guys have liked this. I mean, we're almost an hour. Battery's at 77%. The Explorer battery is getting 14 watts now from the sun, which is good. So that's almost 85%. It was about 79% when we started this stream. So, I mean, at this current pace, it should charge itself back up, which will allow me to charge the laptop back up. Because I'll be watching the Chiefs game later at about 7:20 tonight. Give me some stuff. We'll probably go for a little bit longer here. Hopefully this has been good for you guys. I'm actually trying to stay online to see if like somebody shows up with this food that Corey said that he sent over. That would be hilarious on stream, because I'll like show you guys like, hey, say hey. I don't know if you guys can see the setup here. The heater's over there and the blasting in the back. So I'm like literally in a tent. Like people will be like, what, you're in a tent? Like, dude, I'm literally laying on a tent. I'm sitting in my car using the speakers to listen to this. That's cool. Fried Electronics. That's a great name, bro. Yes, I'm first in the line, Eric. What's the plan if the battery's empty? So I have multiple battery packs here. So I got three of these. And then the Jackery can also, I have a car charger for the Jackery, so I'll put that in there, flip the car on, lock it, and just let the car run and charge it back up. Yeah, it's a small little butane heater, man. They're easy for here. They're camper safe. Or, you know, they say camper safe, but they're like they can get knocked over, and the moment they get knocked over, they shut off. Dude, Jim, that's a good story, man. It's changed a lot of lives, man. A lot of lives, not just from a financial standpoint. Like, people have changed careers. They've gotten into development. I've got a lot of really cool stuff. Like, people are like, you know, I was looking for something different, found this, try to build a rig, started learning how to kind of like try to get it to work, you know, messing around with some of the scripting. And then I've had people send me messages like, bro, and then sent me their offer letters, you know, just saying, hey, man, I got this job. I'm going to be a script kiddie. You know, I learned how to do all this like scripting, you know, because I was trying to get my damn miner to work. And then I started getting into like how batch scripting worked, and then got into like JavaScript, and then became like a developer out of just trying to get their mining rig to work. And that's an awesome thing. No carbon monoxide off that heater. Be careful. No, so it's camper safe, and this is the small little guy. There isn't any. It's very, very light, and this is all vented. This is all vented up here. I mean, there's no headaches or anything. And I got a small little carbon monoxide sensor, and it's not going off. We're going safe, bro. There's actually quite a bit of air coming through here, because I got the vents up here open. You can't really see, but like right here, and then right there, it's blowing up through here, so I can feel the air coming through there. So I'm getting a lot of good air coming through so it's a little bit of cold, a little bit warm. I feel the warmth from it. Yeah, if everything was all locked up, that's not good. You don't want to do that in a tent with any kind of flamed. Hate to pass out in a live stream. No, I'm good. You mining in the tent. You know, I thought about it, bros. I thought about bringing a GPU set up here, but I'd burn through my batteries so fast. I was trying to get the shout out from Jackery to like get that Explorer 1000 and the twin 100 watt solar panels out here. Brooklyn Carter, hello, father. If that's really my daughter, well, hello, Brooklyn. Hello, Father. Yes, Miss BBT is in support of me doing this. Nah, dude, if this thing even tilts, bro, as it shuts off. I'll show you. Let's get up. See if we can tilt it. Even just a little tilt, off. I didn't even tilt it that far. It's got the tilt sensor. Here, we'll set up with you guys for a minute. I can't believe the cell signals is staying this good for this long. Let's take a look. Let's take a look outside. There's my view. I don't know if you can see the solar panel out there or not. But it is sunny, but the sun's behind the building now. So we're only getting 4 watts now on the power. Let me make sure I'm scrolled all the way down. I do not have an air mattress. This is like a cot. There is no stock right now, and we do not know what the stock level will be on Tuesday. Have you tried Starlink Internet? No, I am signed up for it, but I have not got the okay that I could do it. What do you think is going to happen when the ETH goes full POS? Will it affect GPU mining in the future? Well, I mean, yes. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. And it's one of those things, like, if you build it, they will come. Like with, Bitcoin went to ASIC mining, and then you had, LTC moved to ASIC mining, and then you had, FTC and some of the other coins, take over the GPU mining, Vertcoin. I think with that much critical mass of mining, that there's going to be an opportunity there for another coin that takes advantage of it. If that's going to be Raven Coin or any of the others. Remember, any of these other proof of work coins that use GPU mining, ETC, for example, it's only a growth curve from taking over that reign from E as most profitable as ETH or any of that. I mean, who's to say? If this industry really takes off, it has an opportunity. Or it could settle back down like it did in 2013. 2013, it settled down, man. GPU mining fell off the bridge until, through 2014, until it was September 2015 when ETH came on the thing. GPU mining really fell off the bridge. So, it could be a thing. I believe that there's enough proof of work currencies there that will step up and will get the notoriety, because people are going to be, it's one of those things where I think enough people are going to be aware that it's going away officially at a certain period of time, and then people are going to be looking for something that they can mine, and then you're going to have this extra signal to noise to a network, and then you might have development that'll start to really take off with it, and then now you have this new buzz around it that then drives obviously the speculative cost on that and speculative pricing on it. But you start getting real development. It's just like a lot of people give ETH a lot of shit, like, oh well, they've slipped schedules, and they're is proof of stake really a thing? Is sharding really a thing? But there's a huge amount of development on it, and that huge amount of development gets a lot of buzz, and that huge amount of buzz gets a lot of investment, and that the price reciprocates it. So it's one of those things. I know your channel is the most undersubscribed channel, and Crypto Ride should have 10 times the sub compared to others. I think a lot of my stuff with subs has to do with my amount of I don't put out a ton of videos. Like, I don't put out a ton of videos compared to a lot of the other channels. If you guys look, I only have like 320 videos out there, or 350 maybe, like total. Like, I don't have a ton of, I mean, I have a lot of live streams and stuff, but you know, I kind of alienated the YouTube crowd by going to Twitch, I think. And if my frequency was higher, I think I would have a lot more subscribers, but I think that's and I don't do any like advertisement or anything like that. So like a lot of my stuff's all organic. Like, you guys find me and then maybe share it to somebody. But yeah, I've been in the space for a long time. It's just, if I would have like 3,000 videos, I think it would reciprocate the amount of subscribers or people. You guys, I saw somebody, are we still live? Any tips for camping out? If it's somewhere cold, bring stuff that's warm. Twitch is so much better quality. Well, part of this is also I'm on the camera on the Mac, so. But Twitch is better quality. You can stream. Well, YouTube is frog leaped it. Like, I could actually go true 4K to YouTube now. Do all the microcenters get them at the same time? Hopefully. Well, launch days are supposed to be launch days, which means that they all should have stock at least a day before, which means I would not see the stock for this until tomorrow. What's for lunch today? I have no clue yet. 6900 XTs will release it on Tuesday. You're committed, bro. Yes, I'm committed, at least for this GPU, for sure. Well, I'm in an interesting situation where I'm not saying that other channels have, like, if channels get sponsorships, like, that's a good thing for channel health to be able to expand and do stuff. I never would hold any channels back for doing any kind of sponsorship stuff. That's awesome. I have a ton of opportunities of sponsorship stuff that I have always turned down. Like you guys would be blown away with like who's reached out. I mean, from Bitmain to practically every exchange, like everybody has reached out to do sponsorship. And I'm not going to say I don't have a need to do them. I just I'm trying to just bring you guys content as I see it and what I do. And I don't need to do that. Like, it would allow me to maybe post more because I could hire an editor or something like that. And if crypto really takes off, maybe I might do that at some point. But like the way I would do sponsored content, maybe not the same way, like, just doing little small videos and stuff. Like I've done, like with the Jackery stuff, not sponsored. I bought the stuff, but if Jackery sees a lot of these videos and says, "Hey, we want to send you the big solar thing," I would not tell them no, because I would actually use it on one of these things again, right? But I would be doing it, like using it for real, like, and then I would give it an honest thing, like, hey, this doesn't last that long, it's not as good, it takes forever to charge, that kind of stuff. Like, I'd make it a lot more applicable to the situation I'm in. So the sponsorship stuff, anything that's ever been sent to me, like the Sapphire 16 gig card was sent to me from Sapphire. I did 3 or 4 videos about it. And I think ultimately I was like, don't buy this at all, ever. Like, it's way too expensive. There's no 16 gig on an RX 570 series isn't that good. The compute core is not good enough to really get you anywhere. And then I think the EliPal sent me a wallet to test, and I've done a few of those because hardware wallets, I think, are important if you're holding your own coins. But yeah, I mean, my sponsor content's a little different. But yeah, don't let that take away from anybody that's doing it, man. Like, you guys, if you get opportunities, take that opportunity, man. If it allows you to expand your ability, just be ethical with what you're trying to do with it, and be smart. Like, shake it out. Make sure it's a good, a good channel or a good product or something. Like, don't remember your name's going to be on it, so like give it an honest shake, and like don't miss those opportunities. You have an opportunity to be to get sponsored for some stuff for sure. I mean, and sponsorship sometimes is like equipment, and like equipment's kind of the core baseline. I mean, so like if you can get like ASICs and all that kind of stuff to test for people, it's just I did ASICs back in the day. Like I got sent ASICs, like Sponduli Tech sent me an ASIC. I had LTC Miner sent me an ASIC, and like I did observe and report on it, like hey, I got this ASIC, it does this. My problem with ASIC reporting is that because of the way the batches work, and because the way you have to pay for it and then you wait, like your profitability curve and the big sell part of it diminishes by the time you get it. And it's just physics, it's the way the mining networks work. So I don't like the setup for ASICs because of that. I don't like if they were more mass produced, or it became such a big thing to where they were like in stores and you could go pick them up like you can a GPU. That's why I'm so GPU centric on it, because anybody can go get a GPU, like, well, relatively speaking. I mean, as I sat in a freaking tent waiting for a damn GPU. Everybody that has enough time to set for a freaking GPU these days can get a GPU. That's hilariously ironic of what we're talking about right now. But like that's my problem with ASICs. If ASICs were a lot more readily available, and Bitmain was almost there. I mean, like you could get an S9 like it was easy at one point. S17s Pro not so much, but like the curve on them is so bad. And some of it's not their fault. The curling goes down. It's not as profitable. But like, yeah, it's just not the same. What's so special about the 6900 XT? Is it mining? No. The 6900 XT is just on paper faster than like the 3090 and some things, and I want that for like the rasterization and some of the stuff that I'll be doing with it. So, and I like the new tech. I like the fact that AMD might have a card that's faster than Nvidia's fastest card. That's why I'm here. If people are asking me like, why are you here? I'm here for that reason. I appreciate the kind words, bros. Here for y'all. I turned off this heater, man. I'm like looking down. I'm like, why am I starting to get cold? The heater's almost off. Well, I'd say we're at an hour and 12 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to let this thing recharge. I'm going to try to figure out some food. Corey, I'll tweet. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, go to Twitter. I'm live tweeting a lot of the stuff that's going on out here. This was kind of just something because the technology allows us to do the live stream out here. I love the fact that 200 of you guys showed up to say what's up. Follow me on Twitter if you're not following on Twitter. I'm live tweeting as things start to happen over the weekend, or through those tonight and tomorrow into Tuesday, and then I'll do a recap video of all this all smashed together in one video. That'd be cool for y'all out there. Of course, when I get the 6900 XT in hand, if I do on Tuesday, it'll either be a live stream or it's going to be a video on the performance. I'm going to try for a live stream, obviously. Food in 7 minutes. Do you guys want me to stay on for the food? I'll stay on for the food. Mike is approaching with your order. Let's unzip this. All right, windows open. We'll see when this dude shows up. All right, so I should probably put my shoes on. My feet are getting cold. Yes, stay for the food. Stay for the live stream. We're like making like live stream history here. You guys got the address and send me food. It's hilarious. Now this is content. Don't forget the heater. I'll leave the heater off for right now because I'm going to be getting probably out of the tent to get the food. That way I don't like trip it over. Today we feast. We'll clean off the table here. So there's the table. We need the phone still because that's giving us juice there. Put that away. Battery packs can go down in there. Apple Watch. Keys can go in the key pocket. We'll see. It's funny too, man. Like people like come up and like they're walking, and I just get like people like randomly like looking, like what's this dude doing sitting in a tent? Like I'm the only person here right now, so people just come up and they're like, what's wrong with this dude? But I have a solar panel out front, so it trips everybody up. Everybody's like, wait a minute here, what's going on here? What is that, a solar panel? Man's got a whole apartment in here. We'll put the food over there. So the table's all cleaned off. Preliminary 6900 hash rates. I'm going to bet at 75 to 77. High tech hobo. Hey, I'm not going to shoot on anybody that's struggling in life and ends up in a tent, man. Like, hopefully they can work it out and get the help. But yeah, no, I've had people walk by like, what in the hell is this dude doing with this tent? The solar panel just throws everybody off. Oh, we're down to 4 watts on the solar panel. That's a good question, Ethan. Have you ever had an opportunity to test cell share rate with faster internet connection fiber versus slow internet connection? I'm going to tell you right now that it doesn't matter. I've had a machine mining for a long period of time in a test in like 2014, and this was like old Stratum, not new Stratum, and it was on effectively a dial-up connection. It was a 64K ISDN, and it had a better cell rate than something I had cable modem on. So the connection seems to be agnostic completely. I mean, 64K ISDN worked fine. A lot of it has my food has arrived. Like, I don't see anybody, bro. He might have delivered it to somebody else. There's nobody else out here with a tent. Hold on. Let me unzip this and see if we can go out. Here, let me put this right here. We're gonna unzip and go outside. This is a laptop, so I can take you guys outside with me. I love coming out of this tent out here. It trips everybody up. Let's see here. Let's unplug that. All right, we're outside, bros. Ducks. Nice, Tech Man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody trying to deliver. Can you call the dude, Corey? We'll see. Yeah, I can't get the contrast down here. Quack, quack. You guys are just now getting to the quacks. Yeah, we'll give Corey some time here. We still got... My laptop's still at 55. You guys see the solar panel? That's the solar panel setup. And it is not in the sun. The sun's over there. Yeah, I don't know who you delivered to, bro. It wasn't me. 30 series? Yeah. They got them on the wall there. In real life, BBT is awesome. I should probably have this on. That'd be rude if I'm out of the tent. There we go. How about live streaming from a Mac laptop with you guys? It's actually not bad. Trend setting. We'll see. See if this dude shows up. Delivered to the wrong Microcenter. That would be hilarious. I'm in Brentwood, Missouri, bro. Hey, I got a really nice PC laptop, but it weighs like 9 million pounds. The Mac is so much easier if like this kind of setup. You just made a person's phone full mill deal. Yeah, man, that's it. Brentwood, Missouri, 63144. That's right. It's Microcenter. Yeah, there's only one in St. Louis. Yeah, I don't know if the address is on the building. Nope. It's at 31 degrees here. It's snowing. My tent is at 76 degrees. 67. Hey, Ironworker, how's that going, man? You're out there too, huh? I think Ironworker made a post. He's on the phone. Yes, there is a St. Louis, Minnesota Microcenter. St. Louis, Minnesota. This is Missouri. MO versus MN. That would be hilarious. I mean, it sucked for Corey. Corey like hooked up somebody, and tell them to all like real life interaction with live streaming. Yeah. Crypto's trend setting, bro. That's what we do. You guys see the car? Boop. No, I did not get the food, Brooklyn. Brooklyn Carter is my daughter, if you guys see that. Yeah, that's hilarious. Nice, Justin. You're going to go up to that Microcenter interview, people? So every morning, evidently, people have been coming up to this one and looking for 3080s. Like every morning. I'll try to go live tomorrow morning when everybody's here. What do you have for entertainment? Well, I have an internet connection that's fast, and I have a laptop, and I have a wireless screen that's detachable that has a battery itself. That's like a 15-inch screen. I'll show you guys on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to watch the game. Incoming Ducks. Oh, they made a turn. Good. How profitable is GP mining if you're starting right now? It's more profitable than it's been in a long time. Hello, my Russian friends. It's coming. He delivered it inside. Ah, yes.
There you go.
We're like live streaming with hundreds of people. They're like, where did it go?
He brought it in and he's just like, it's a Corey. I'm like, the Corey that stays here.
Thank
Okay,
you
he
very
got
much.
it.
All right. We
Okay,
got it.
so
Oh.
I just gave it to him. This is your stuff right here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, he got it.
We got it. Yes. They delivered it. Very nice to go order. Yeah. All right. Let's get this in here. That's hilarious. Corey, you're a champ. Everybody give congratulations to Corey for being a boss. Hooking me up live. You guys seen it live on the live stream. If we were on Twitch, this would be clipped. Success. She came out, she's like, yeah, I don't know where this got delivered in here. Yes, that's Applebee's. Somebody ordered me an Applebee's live. You guys got to see that. 6900 XT comes out on Tuesday. Yeah, have a good one. People asking what I was camping out for. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, boys. I'm gonna get in here and the few places that would deliver. Oh, there's Miss BBT. You guys say hi to her. Yeah, I'm usually interacting with people that are walking by. People are like real curious and stuff. I mean, I'm an outgoing dude, so I zipped my. I'm gonna have to use two hands to get that open. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see what Corey got. I'm gonna take it inside, that way it doesn't get too cold. But I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. You guys got to see it. It's been an hour and a half. We'll do a recap of this. Well, that was not the person that. The person that dropped it off was a Microcenter person. So I don't know about a tip. Hopefully Corey tipped them because they delivered to Microcenter. That was literally like a Microcenter employee that brought it out, like the manager. Nice. Awesome, guys. Well, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Follow me on Twitter, and then I'll give you guys some live stream updates.